Ling, it might be just a bit too difficult
to
really get ahead. So wait, if I pan the map, does it pan the map for everybody?
Game. No.
So just
That's your own map.
Okay, good.
Eve gave me some free poke on Farsa there in the bush. Link starting his buff instead of lane, probably a better choice because he's versus 2 ranged in mid. Farsa and Raph both got stunned. Yeah, so Melee's gonna have pretty good prio just for getting, you know, scuttles.
Yeah, just going over to the wave, scuttle, straight to the jungle then right after.
Considering how weak early game Ling is, it really just depends right now. Like the early game is
Whose
really
draft do you like more, Nuggets?
I think AE has a much better late game draft, but if Simpsons can maybe play together as a team, because I think their comp is much better team fight wise rather than splitting.
I think I kind of agree. I like AE's draft a lot more, even though they have the Basha to counter. I believe Granger's got his blue stolen, right? Yeah, looks like that.
Oh, who stole it?
You didn't see the Ling, I believe, took it. Yeah, Ling took their blue. So now Granger's not even level 4 yet.
And Ling just hit 4. Granger's about to get 4 after this mid wave. Yet blue side still has a Simpson still has a slight gold lead. Farsa just used her bird to try and get a poke here. Granger stun. Ling going in. He died to got CC'd.
Nice.
He didn't
ult
for some reason.
Granger ult goes through but misses a few on the Raphaela. Still got the kill onto the Ling.
Yeah, that was really questionable Ling engage.
Yeah, didn't even have time to pop his ult. I think it was the Basha. I think Basha, right before he landed on him, I think he jumped in the air, stunned him for a while longer, and he just didn't have time to react.
The 1.5, 1.5.
1.5, exactly. Just like Dave taught us all. So that gives a free turtle to Simpsons, putting them in the lead by about 500 gold. Not a huge difference, but definitely not something to laugh about either. As Ling goes back to his blue buff, doesn't really want to contest it.
Farsa almost dying to the Eve poke. Ling going in the Basha. Remember, he still has ult because he didn't use it earlier.
Ling does get the kill.
Not using it now.
Raph a little bit aggressive on the Granger. Being very... No, they're just going to give it up. Because they probably heard that Wanwan was coming down. I think that was a good play, honestly, just retreating. Because if you look at Paquito as well, Paquito was ready to go and defend that. So I think the best case scenario was what AE just did and just left that blue. And not overcommit.
Farsa
especially versus a Granger.
After Granger ulted. Still not recalling though, despite being half HP. Oh, now she is. Esme and Paquito lane seem to be going even, though Esme is down 300 gold somehow versus the Paquito when she has Avarice. That is pretty questionable. Not sure how that happened when Esme is a pretty good lane counter versus Paquito.
3 members of AE trying to pressure this Wanwan, but Simpsons realizing that and kind of just helping out Wanwan's weak early game. Getting up here, ready in case they dive.
Simpsons playing considerably better this game than last game, the previous game. Hopefully they realized what they were doing wrong.
Oh, over at mid. Granger does get eliminated. Ling ulting onto the Basha, trying to roll away, and he actually does manage to escape, leaving the Eve all alone to fend for herself here. Ling has no blue, doesn't really want to commit too hard.
Eve
just decides to retreat.
Doing damage. So far, they're even gold. That goldie seemed to have disappeared. Despite them getting a kill there. Simpsons leading in a slight bit of gold. Looks like they're trying to set up turtle fight here. They have prio on it. Granger is doing his blue buff while they're doing the turtle. They might get it. Farsa's trying to kill the Wanwan. Wanwan has a flicker to dodge the Farsa ult.
When it does end up surviving, but it looks like AE wants to take this turtle. Granger going through, doesn't really connect on anybody. Raz does get the retribution onto the turtle.
Raph and Alice both having to flicker there from being caught out.
Overall, a pretty close match, but honestly, I think I see a clear winner in the late game with the Alice, the Esmeralda, and the Farsa. Not to mention the Ling, and Granger doesn't really scale well, so if this does go late game, and that is how it's looking right now, it's not going to be good for Simpsons.
And Lala getting picked under her tower.
AE pressuring that Wen with all their assassins and dive, just like they should be.
Bot lane, just like last game, a similar 1v1 game, with both being 0-0 still.
Having struggles versus this Esmeralda. Yeah, they couldn't even take the tower in a 2v1 scenario. That's because, you know, the tower buff, you really can't dive early game anymore.
Yeah, not to mention,
It's-
you know,
it's
someone
not-
tanky, hasn't they?
Yeah, you really can't bully side laners as much as you used to be able to. Because remember, we were having that meta where 4 people would go to a lane and just dominate that lane, take the tower in like 2 minutes. That never happens anymore because of all the changes to the game. And the meta
Eve
side
and Granger both just ulted, trying to kill the Farsa, both failed. Not enough damage.
didn't even have to pop the flicker, wow.
They're trying to set up a gank dive on this Paquito here.
Yeah, I see that on the Paquito. Do not
I'm
go
sure
for
it's
it.
a good idea. Not a
Cutting
good
the
idea.
wave. We'll see if his team rotates over. Farsa
Farsa getting caught out again.
ulting just to clear the wave. That's gonna
Ooh,
defend mid
Granger
quite
going,
well.
Link going on the Granger after he gets
Oh.
poked by Farsa, killing both
Wow.
the
When
Eve
they're
and
trying
the
to get her
Granger.
ultimate, actually ends up killing Riles there.
Along gets a shutdown on Ling. Farsa
Trying
is
to shift
getting hurt.
priority. Stunned by the Rafaela. A flicker comes out, and this Wen barely. Nah, she ended up dying. This
Farsa
is
trying to get an ult again.
this is not looking good for Simpsons right now.
Paquito killed Raph, but he's probably gonna die to the Raph passes. There he goes. Granger ulting.
Ranger ult finally coming in. Actually juked by
Yes.
the Farsa flicker.
I mean, if you were looking there, Farsa almost flickered into it.
She kind of stood still too for a little bit. I think she
Yeah,
expected
yeah, I think
herself
she-
to die. Maybe she might have
think
thought
she might
she
have
was
slipped.
dead, but she was there.
It was really funny.
Wow, a lot of kills coming in for AE. Just look at Rile's score right now as well. 4 and 2 versus the Granger 1 and 2. Even though Granger has a way stronger early game, it's not really what you want to see right now.
Well, the Farsa has been setting up really well.
Farsa
with
is
the
doing
Ling.
good with her ultimates, and she's also baiting out a lot of skills because they keep trying to kill her, but they're never able to.
Indeed. Pack not really rotating as much as he should be. He's trying to force 1v1 lane versus an Esme when he's someone who
Alice
gets
and
lane
Link on the
prio.
turtle here. It doesn't look like it's going to be contested. It doesn't even look like Simpsons. I'm sure they know, but they just realize that they can't fight at this point. It's not a good situation. So they decide to give that up without contest.
Pack trying to
Bot
fight the
lane
Esme,
now, we
but
see
no.
Paquito getting ganked. And Rouse is able to secure the kill. Granger ult comes out, but so does the Ling ult. Ends up escaping with his life. Raph, just with that, all that movement speed, easily lets her team escape. Wenren actually gets hit by the Raph. Flicker
Wenren
comes in
dies
from
for a
Raph.
Raph.
Wow. Basha going down now as well. And they're
Double kill
still
from the
looking
Raph.
for more. Esme trying to dive. Triple kill onto the Rafaela. Are you kidding me? Nuggets, did you expect this from AE?
Nah, I went over that last game too. I really didn't expect them to do
That's
perform.
exactly. And they are. I don't understand. It really
Not
goes
in
to
the
show.
way.
It goes to show how different tournament is from ranked. Really.
Not in the way saying that they would be bad, but I was expecting more mistakes. They have been making not a lot of mistakes, but at the same time, Simpsons has been making way too many mistakes.
I mean, that's just the power of pressure when you're in a tournament, to be honest. You can change your mindset, you can start doing stuff you usually would never do. And
Awesome
honestly,
results
it's
there.
I don't see it as
Peak of life.
phasing AE at all.
And Wanwan has the flicker there, almost being two-shot by the Farsa.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Simpsons, especially now that they're freezing. 2 items there simultaneously picked up by AE's team. I mean,
Yeah,
this
they're
is just
not
not
gonna
looking
get any
good. Do you see any comeback into this match for Simpsons
No,
at
I
this
think
point?
it's over.
You
At
think
this
it's
point,
over?
I think it's over.
I would
They're just gonna wait
honestly,
for Lord.
I would have to agree with you there. I would have to agree that I think this match is just over.
You take a look at bot
Unfortunately.
lane. Oh, not anymore, but there were a lot of minions down there and basically was frozen for the last minute or so. Pack not being able to get any gold.
I mean, if you check the items, Wenwen just has one item.
Some all chat messages going on.
I don't understand that, but okay. Moving on. Moving on.
Like they're trying to call out something.
I don't
Let's
understand
not
totally.
delve into it. He is trying to say that he's being piloted, is right now.
Oh. Well, I'm not going to speak on that. I don't even know anything about that. But anyways, he did end up taking the Lord there.
Game should end here. I don't see they're going to win or be able to defend this.
Honestly, yeah, with the 2 marksmen under tower, I mean, actually, Ryle's getting very low as to ult out. Didn't do much that team fight. Basha is down. Gringer is very low. Almost got killed by the Alice, but she couldn't quite reach it.
One ult just
Wenwen
tickling
doing
the
absolutely no damage. Nothing. That's 2 high grounds down. Lord on the base. Piquito trying to go in. Granger ends up falling. Piquito ends up falling as well.
And that should be